Welcome to Gami the Psychologist. Today we're gonna dive into the top 10 psychological facts that you can use if you want to achieve great success. These are facts and insights that come from the book The Outliers, The Story of Success by Malcolm Gladwell. This is the first book that I've read, the first non-fiction book that I've read and enjoyed uh, a long time ago when I was just at the end of my teenage years, and this book transformed my life. If you're wondering what makes people truly stand out, truly successful, is it talent? Is it hard work or just luck? In this book, Malcolm Gladwell reveals surprising insights, surprising facts that explain why some people reach to the top while others don't. Here are 10 mind-blowing psychological facts. Fact number one is the 10,000 hour rule. Gladwell argues that mastering any skill requires approximately 10,000 hours of deliberate practice. Whether you are learning a piano, coding, or to become a sports star, or you are learning psychotherapy like me, any skill that you would like to develop requires 10,000 hours if you want to be truly good at it, to be internationally good. This is one of the most empowering rules because it helps you to put in the effort to work hard. It's not going to be your talent, it's going to be the effort you put in. Fact number two, the Matthew effect. It says success often follows the idea that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. When a person has small initial advantages, they often accumulate more opportunities, creating a cycle of success that builds on itself. And this rule, the Matthew effect, comes from a Bible verse from Matthew 25, verse 29, which says, "For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them." This is Jesus who was saying this in the Bible. If you don't have, whatever small things that you had will be taken away. Matthew effect is one of the rules that motivated me actually to fight until I get an initial something, until you get something. If you think that you are lacking some skills, let's say social skills, it's to your best interest to actually put in efforts to actually grab the first skills, because once you have something, it's likely to get more. But if you are not having something, even what you had will deteriorate. Fact number three, culture. Cultural legacy matters. There are people who get successful because of the mindsets that they gained from their cultures, from the communities where they come from. Gladwell gave an example of Asian cultures, whose mindsets are deeply rooted in their practice in agriculture and, for example, farming rice. And they found that people from those cultures tend to excel in mathematics because agriculture of rice requires hard work, and hard work is an ingredient needed if you want to excel in mathematics. So their culture explains their excellence in mathematics. We can also even look at other cultures. For example, in Brazil, where there is a culture that promotes football or soccer, and we can see that we have many legends who are from Brazil when it comes to football. Why? Because they were born in a culture that favors certain mindsets or certain practices. So culture can play a huge impact in your success. Fact number four is timing. Success doesn't just depend on hard work, although it's important. It also depends on timing. There are people who were born at the right time. For example, if you are born, let's say after the genocide, because I'm in Rwanda, I'm giving this example. You had an opportunity to have electricity, you had an opportunity to have nice roads, and these are things that were not there. Internet, for example, being connected to the whole world. These are things that were not there before genocide, let's say. And because of this, we see many people have been successful because of those opportunities. So, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs are examples that were given this book. Because they were born when computers were being, you know, were starting to flourish. They had access to computers, and that was the right time for them to start creating softwares, which we are currently using until the moment. So timing is key. The time when you are born, the time when circumstances get together to your advantage matters as much as hard work matters. Fact number 5: practical intelligence beats analytical intelligence, which means being able to do things in real life, the ability to read the situation around you, to solve problems that are real, that are in real life. That's much better than being able to solve big mathematical equations, than being able to memorize so many things in your classroom when you go to school. So the ability to actually be able to solve problems gives you a head start, gives you a big advantage when it comes to success. I'm not saying that analytical intelligence doesn't matter. Often, actually, they can be correlated, but practical intelligence beats analytical intelligence. Fact number 6: opportunity is the key. No one makes it alone. Successful people often benefit from unique opportunities that allow them to develop their skills. If you work hard and you don't see an opportunity, it's going to be a big challenge. For example, if I develop my public speaking and I don't see somebody who can actually encourage me, for example, that's an opportunity that's lost. If I go to school and I get a degree and I don't find a job opportunity, then success is going to be a big challenge. Practice may be vital, hard work may be vital, but opportunities to put what you know to the test, that is vital, that is important, that is essential, indispensable if you want to achieve success. Fact number 7: hard work beats natural talent. I see many people who say, I'm smart, I was born with this talent, therefore I'll be successful. And although that may be true, it's not true if that is not coupled with hard work. Gladwell in the Outliers emphasized that hard work almost always trumps natural talent. Those who put in the hours and effort that are needed consistently outperform those who rely solely on their innate ability. Actually, the wisest thing that I learned is if you have a little talent, it's better to combine it with lots of hard work. That guarantees long-term success, true success. Fact number 8: the power of community and support systems. Behind every individual is a strong support system. Whether it's family, mentors, community networks, having people who believe in you and encourage your growth is crucial. It's very hard to have success alone. This reminds me of my personal story. Back when I was a little kid in primary school, I was studying in an underprivileged primary school where there was no quality education, where it was hard to gain knowledge out of the education we were getting. And one of the neighbors who was a teacher, a bit civilized, more than most of the community members, decided to come and convince a few parents to find us a tutor so that they can teach us after class, teach us English, math, French, and other skills that were to shape us. And this is one of the things that completely changed my career path, because most people who did not get a chance to be part of this small program rarely finished the primary with a good foundation that I as I received. This little testimony exemplifies the power of the community, the power of friends, the power of having someone who can back you up, who can push you towards success. Fact number 9: social skills matter in your success. Social intelligence, many people don't actually give it the right value. Successful people know how to communicate effectively, build social relationships, and influence others. It's very hard to be successful without strong networks, without knowing how to talk to people, how to approach people. This is why social skills is one of the things that I aim to practice on a regular basis. Social skills make people stand out, even when their technical skills are equal or even less. You can maintain a job for over many years just because of your social skills and beat most people who are better at technical skills but are lacking in social skills. Never underestimate social skills. Fact number 10, the last fact, is accumulated advantage. Success doesn't just happen overnight because you did one small thing. It's a result of accumulated advantages over time, from early practice opportunities to mentorship to social connections. Each small advantage breeds on the next, creating a long-term path to success. When you learn a little French, you learn a little English, you learn how to code, you learn some music skills, you learn a few social skills over there. Those things accumulate, and your success will depend on all of these things, advantages that you are accumulating. That's why it's the best, it's the wisest. Actually, accumulate any advantage you can find, whether it's a connection, it's a friend, whether it's the technology that you can learn. Just learn, connect, accumulate any advantage. They will add up for your success. So the next time you see a successful person, remember, it's not just talent, it's practice, it's opportunity, it's timing, and it's the right mindset. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon for more mind-blowing psychological insights. See you next time.